Very good morning, very good evening for people wherever they are. So this is not a live session, this is just getting a recorded session. So this is about WSC community. So WSC stands for Will, Skill, Chill. So that's what three letters with which, I call that, the overall approach one needs to overcome change and transition in life. So this is Jagan Mantha. So the reason why I'm trying to make this as a community-based discussion is that for people to see that it is far easier to ask for a fish, which means just feed me for today, or just solve my problem for today. But it is far more difficult to raise our own capability to the next level where we can solve our problems for ourselves. So basically, I'm actually trying to use this community discussion in order to elevate people to face change and transition situations in their own life. I am not here to give some ready-made solutions to people. I'm only giving some approaches by which people can solve their own problems. So this is an ongoing conversation we will do on Sundays. So we have a WhatsApp group of WSC communities. So currently, I'm not making this open to everyone unless people join the WhatsApp group. They cannot be part of this conversation. But then there is absolutely, these sessions are not charged or anything like that. They are only people have to give themselves for their own time. Okay, I think good that Kiran is also joining today. So the overall objective is that helping people. Helping people help themselves. I am not here to help people actually. In a way, it is to help people to help themselves. That's the real form of self-help. But then sometimes self-help has a very bad name. Reading lots and lots of books and not doing anything about it. Okay, so I will not subscribe to that form of self-help. I'm going to subscribe to the form of self-help where we will say 1% inspiration, but then you need to follow it up with 99% perspiration. Okay, so this is one view I wanted to express because people may see this recording at a later point of time, and they should at least have a view about what this community is all about. Anyway, Kiran, good to see you, man.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Kiran. Kiran, great that you made time. Kiran, actually, by the way, he's into a very noble profession of helping autistic children to improve their speech. So, Kiran, I really appreciate what you do, because I used to have a terrible speech problem. Not that I had any autism or anything like that, but I had a confidence issue as a child. I had suffered from a little bit of a stuttering, not too much of a stuttering actually, but maybe speaking too fast.
Okay.
And other people would mistake me and stuff like that, and then probably it is best to keep quiet. But then that's when I used to read a lot of books actually. Anyway, so every child is different, every child is unique. Kiran, I know you have a cricket match conflict, but still you made it today. You kind of play cricket during this time, right? Isn't it?
Yes, yes.
But I appreciate the fact that you are into already a profession of helping people, supporting people, and I know it is not easy. So I'm actually trying to explain that this group is only for conversations, or this community is only for conversations by which people can raise their own level. So I'm not here to give somebody a job or to give somebody some money making scheme here. So see, the internal capabilities are all within ourselves, but we sometimes need time to realize themselves. So this is an ongoing conversation by which people can somehow help themselves to tap whatever that is within. So anyway, I know I have given enough introduction. Anybody want to respond to whatever I said just now?
Jagan sir.
Sir.
In fact, what the overview, it makes me to say that the WSC is a process for a transformation for good. It involves every step of putting the efforts, realizing the efforts, learning the things, and also coming up and dealing with the challenges and reaching the task. In fact, even I could know I appreciate the very word. Don't give others a fish, but lend them fishing. That is absolutely true. Because giving the fish, no way it will be helpful, but learning them to know how to fishing, it will help them a lot. In fact, I don't know. I'm not party biased, especially in our AP. Now the status is such. The government is giving the fish, but the government is not asking them how to learn fishing. I think this is
So
a valid point.
yeah, don't want to take it to political because I'm not at all good with
I understand.
yeah. So
No,
unnecessarily yeah, I understand. But you
and
have made a good point. You have made a good point. See, so this I'll relate with whatever you said with what Stephen Covey said, that what Stephen Covey said is very
yes,
beautiful, and I will try to tell that in within 2 minutes, because Stephen Covey, ఆయన 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and book
author.
రాశాడు.
Yeah.
Millions of by the way, I'm 7 Habits trained. See, first and foremost, uh, I don't have a zero base, right? 21 years in Wipro. So sometimes people don't understand my people may just speak, just may see, okay, his communication is not good. See, it's all depends on, people come from different spaces. People may think that array communication ఏంటి ఇలా ఉంది, English ఏంటి ఇలా ఉంది, తెలుగులో మాట్లాడుతున్నాడు అయితే ఇంగ్లీష్ రాదేమో. See, these are all problems people have themselves. So one of the reasons I wrote so much in Telugu in the last 2 years is that, okay, people have from a different background should also get this, okay, should get some of these
yes,
ideas. Okay. I'm not saying I'm the only person here who knows everything. I'm somebody who is trying to learn every day. Okay. And I fail actually. Most of the time I fail in actually I don't fail. I fall. But I get up again. So falling is not failing అని చెప్పి నేను ఒక 5 years క్రితం రాసుకున్న కోట్ నేను మళ్ళీ నేను చూడడానికి ట్రై చేస్తాను. Falling is not failing, because imagine a small child who is learning to walk, how many times he falls.
And number of times.
So if that child thought that every falling is failing, he would have learned to walk. Yeah. So so you need to see, child is the father of the man. Okay, so you can learn so many things from the children actually. So anyway, see, I can go on a tangent on any topic, but that's not going to help. But thank you, Veerabhadra garu, just telling that. See, it is not about see, every party would have made this mistake, na, giving
yes,
giving a dole out. So I'm
yes,
going to make this regardless of the party. Giving a dole out. See, it is much better than feeding a 30 rupee lunch by making that person pay 5 rupees at least. Okay. సో ఇంతకు ముందు ఏమైనా క్యాంటీన్లు ఉన్నాయా, ఇంతకు ముందు ఏమైనా సిస్టమ్స్, కనీసం నువ్వు 5 రూపాయలు పట్టరా, నేను నీకు 20 రూపాయలు భోజనం ఇస్తాను, విచ్ ఇస్ మచ్ బెటర్ దాన్ నేను నీకే మొత్తం అంతా ఇచ్చేస్తాను. దట్ ఇస్ నాట్ గోయింగ్ టు హెల్ప్ ఎట్ ఆల్.
yeah.
So my request is that for people to take some benefit out of it, they have to spend their own time either taking action in terms of whatever I'm talking about, action at a next level. Okay, if somebody thinks that, array, you don't have to tell me anything, I'm already great, then this conversation is not for them.
Yeah, that's
So my request is that if somebody has having little background challenges, so anything, Sainika, do you want to respond on whatever I said so far?
No, sir, I'm just actually thinking to ask you something regarding this. Right, we do have this consistency problem. So in that, we like everyone or the people who want to suggest that we need to start everything. We need to make some small progress, like 1%, 1% every day, as said by James Clear. Even in Atomic Habits, or generally people will say that this is the best way. But sometimes, I don't know whether I'm having this problem or everybody. We sometimes overlook why only 1%. It's okay. So in that he says that, right, if you want to make any habit, just put 2 minutes. Just try to spend 2 minutes on that every day, so that's how you start and make yourself consistent. But I feel like, why 2 minutes? It's okay. I can start with 2 hours and then I left at 7th day or 8th day. Because believing that 2 hours is not a big deal, because I used to compare. I'm the person who generally I can sit for like 8 hours or 10 hours on a particular task, but that doesn't mean that whenever we are starting something new, we can put 2 hours and consistently we can maintain the track, for longer duration, and and that we'll
Absolutely.
get habituated to that particular thing, sir. Ante like I just want to use one Telugu word here, just for a second.
Hmm.
అంటే అది I don't know, sir. Can I use that word or not? But
చెప్పండి చెప్పండి
ఓవర్లుక్
ఆరంభ
చేసుకోవడం or we feel like అది కకృతిగా తొందరగానే నేను చేంజ్ అయిపోవాలా, లైక్ ఐ డోంట్ నో, లైక్
సో
బట్ దట్స్ నాట్ హౌ ఐ లుక్ ఇట్ యాస్ ఏదో తొందర అయిపోవాలని. బట్ ఐ కెన్ పుట్ మోర్ టైం, వై ఓన్లీ 2 minutes అన్నట్టు ఒకటి అనిపిస్తుంటుంది. ఐ డోంట్ నో.
ఓకే
యా
ఐ థింక్
ప్లీజ్.
బ్యూటిఫుల్ very beautiful point you have put through, and I can respond to this. Yeah? See, ఇప్పుడు a child takes over 9 months, 9.5 months to grow through a womb. Okay, అంటే mother. So you get too impatient and say, "Arey, why not 6 weeks?" అంటే అవుతుందా?
No, sir.
It doesn't happen. See, forget about. See, that is non-negotiable. Okay. So, and of course, people may say,
Exactly.
okay,
Thanks for using that word, sir. Non-negotiable. Because
uh,
there are things which are natural and which are non-negotiable. But when it comes to habits, or when it comes to things which is unique to everybody, or they want to do, we just can't every time compare with the things which are natural. For example, that's natural that it absolutely need 9 months there.
Hmm.
So when it comes to habit formation, we don't have that anything written or something. Like you'll only need this much time or
see,
something.
see, habit formation got a lot of over-optimistic thinking, where 30 days you can form a habit, but it is not true.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is
It's
not
not
true.
true.
It's not true. 73 days and చెప్పి తర్వాత there was a further research on it. So see, many a times this self-help gets a bad name because um, people want to sell something that is like sounding so great, so
That's
uh,
the problem.
so self-help has got a bad name because people often ends up being a shelf-help. Okay, so I went through that. So the reason I use humor is you are not making it on somebody else. You actually, you crack a joke on yourself. That's the whole essence of chill, actually. But it took me 10 years to understand that, from a life perspective. See,
Right.
I saw my father attending to my wheelchaired mother for many years. I used to think that, okay, somehow something unfortunate happened to me, but my father always had some attitudinal correction to say, hey, and don't take life too seriously, and he did. And it is not natural to him. He learned it from his grandmother. I mean, that's the whole essence of my book, where I shared 6 generational wisdom or follies, getting past and all that. And I'm not saying it is about me or my book. Okay, these wisdom is available everywhere. Okay, just that you need to tap into it.
Yeah, it might be available everywhere or on internet, but this is the platform I think we can discuss. For example, yeah, that's the very essence of this community interacting and trying to get the point. For example, like right now I'm telling a point and you're trying to tell me something. Okay, this is the right and this is the example, this is how you should look at it. I think this is the very essence of this community, right, sir? Because it might be available, wisdom or anything might be available everywhere on internet, but I think this is the platform where we can discuss, and right away I can have that privilege to speak, person like you or Veerabhadra or Mr. Sir or Kiran sir. I think that's the very essence. I cannot find this opportunity everywhere, right, sir? The discussion and the dialogue. Yeah,
Yeah,
yes. Thank you so much.
yeah. So I generally say that, traffic should be one way, but dialogue should be two ways.
Yeah.
So
one
we,
thing
Absolutely.
huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would like to say one thing. Yes, I think Jagan Mantha sir has been very, very consistent in his physical exercise routine and pranayam routine and Sudarshan Kriya and meditation routine. So, if we can start this session also some 2 minutes of exercise, it will be great, At least that atomic habit, whatever
Huh.
Kiran was saying. Yeah.
So I think I personally do 5:30 to 7 a.m. My yoga pranayam routines. And thanks to, I mean, this is not me 3 years ago. Actually, 2020 Feb onwards, I started doing some of these things. So for one thing I believe in is not intensity but consistency. Okay, because intensity you cannot keep up with the same intensity unless you have built your unless you build your capacity. See, I actually give the
yes.
definitions. I give the definitions for will. Will is not just willingness that you have one fine day when everything is in your favor. You know, you have the right sun, you have the right weather. That's called mood. Okay, that's not will. So my definition of will, I know 3 chapters are already made free. Okay, but I don't know how many people even read. My definition of will is capacity to act, and I relate to this. 2006, when I think about 2006, first time Wipro did the annual runs. I registered for the 3-kilometer run, and first time I was trying to run that. So I said, I tried to run, but then I settled to walk, but then finally I had to crawl. Okay. So but I completed the 3 kilometers. I completed the 3 kilometers in 2006. But then every year Wipro challenged me with that, do it either 3 kilometers or 8 kilometers. I mean, they didn't even do the 10 kilometers, 8 kilometers. 8 kilometers was too big for me. 2007 May, I could not take it. 2008, first time I tried 8 kilometers, and I did it actually. But for that, I actually took 45 days of, putting me through the track. So I know how painfully slowly capacity grows. So will is about capacity to act. If you see my definition in the book, but I give the definition after giving a lot of movie stories, a lot of examples and all that. Okay, but anyway, so again, the reason for book is that the reason for that book is in the acknowledgements. I say that I have benefited from 6 different communities in order to write that book. I'll tell you what are all those communities. One is my primary support base is my own classmates of 91 pass out. Okay, NIT Roorkela 91 pass out. Because when I was going through the uncertain path of writing the book, the very fact that I said I am writing a book, there are many people who are actually checking on me. Abhi likh raha hai ki beech mein chhod diya. So because some of these things, 6 different communities, I cannot name them anyway. They're all there. 6 different communities which had helped me. So I am somebody who believes in community, but the point is that community, you have to, there's a two-way to the community, and you cannot draw from the community unless you give something to the community. So many times people think that community matlab, what can I get out of this community? Okay, no, you need to give. First and foremost, my simple request for anybody who want to be in the community, I'm not asking for the money, but I'm asking for your time to be in this community and be part of the conversation. So and I say, by the way, it is already saying 10 minutes. See, Mishra ji, good idea about yoga, meditation, but I'm not actually putting that as the very first thing, because I know I myself resisted yoga, I myself resisted meditation, I myself resisted pranayam for many times. The minute I say pranayam, meditation, or yoga, there are people who get switched off. Maybe I was getting switched off. So I am not still saying that. I don't have any problem saying that I'm a convert now. Okay, but I'm not saying that you need to do yoga first. No, it's up to you. If you can walk, if you can run, if you can breathe. Actually, I know nobody can do without breathing. So the point is that see, I'm somebody who would like to see, life is about differentiation and integration, if you want to take a mathematical view. So you need differentiation skills to see, what is good in 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 what. But you need integration to be able to synthesize them.
Right.
So I'm not sure, I'm getting the exact mix right, but I'm trying both. I try to differentiate things, but I try to integrate them in my own way, first for myself, and it's a slow process. So to answer
sir.
your question once again, Sai Nikit, why James Clear says that only 2 minutes is the you want to stop the task when you still want to do. That is one sign of you
Yes,
building
sir.
that capability.
Absolutely.
So you don't
Right.
want to tire yourself 2 hours and say, hey, that's only great feeling for that day. Okay. मैंने आज 2 घंटा इसको that's an ego satisfaction, my friend.
It's an instant thing. Yes.
That's an ego satisfaction that you are actually ego trip you are going for. Okay. हाँ, दो
Hmm.
2 मिनट बोला but मैं 2 घंटा करूंगा. James clear नहीं, I'm all clear. So you
You're
you
great
try
at
to.
it, sir. You are great at sense of humor. Need to learn a lot from you.
My sense of humor is all learned. Okay, I was not
Because
born
it's
with.
all about the storytelling and the sense of humor that makes humans relatable. And I think a particular moment we need to keep ourselves in that moment. I think these two things makes a lot of impact, and you are doing a great job in that. I think please teach us the sense of
Thank
humor also.
I'm practic- Now, sense of humor. The whole chill is entirely about
It's all about
sense
yes,
of
yes,
humor.
yes. I know.
Uh,
The very word itself is making that catchy word. That chill word is like either it's rhyming or whatever. But the point is actually you are trying to make sense of it and
so
you're
I'll,
trying
tell
to help us.
I'll tell you one more thing which Telugu people will relate. Without chill, జీవితంలో మనకు కావాల్సిన ఎనర్జీకి చిల్లు పడిపోతుంది.
Exactly, sir. Yeah.
I mean, Mishraji, what I'm saying is chill is like the ability to keep your perspective okay, even regardless of uthal puthal in life. Okay,
Right.
Mishraji, I really acknowledge the fact that all the practices like yoga, pranayam, breathing, all that helping me. But I would rather say people should get convinced for themselves. I'm not going to do the convincing for them.
Right.
That is important. That is important.
ఏంటండి?
That is important because
ఎందుకంటే
people they need to convince themselves. Am I right?
అంతే కదా.
అప్పుడు ఎప్పుడైతే వాళ్ళు కన్విన్స్ చేయగలిగితే the space within themselves they can come out with the bright ideas, the ability to add skill, all this will come. Sorry,
I think
the
that is the
ability
very
to add
essence of this
capacity.
community, right, sir? Because once we convince ourselves, the process
Yes.
of enabling ourselves to act, I think that is where this community, right, helps us.
Absolutely.
Because when you convince yourself, the ability to find your own space of resources, it can come out.
Mhm.
Like the ability to add the capacity and the ability to learn from your mistakes or from your efforts, and whatever the feeling you have, something like fear of failure, it will go.
Exactly, sir. That's a very big thing. Fear of failure,
Yeah,
and and
yeah.
the decision
Because
making part
usually,
also.
yeah, I think the biggest break, or even it applies even the fear of failure. People they may think first, they may start, then they stay back. That is fear of failure. So this is my idea.
Yeah, fear, sir. Fear. See, there is a lot of good ideas about that. So why fear? Fear, false evidence appearing real. So many a times it is not about what is happening, but people generally catch on to something that happened in the past, or they have some evidence in the past that I'm not good at speaking, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that. So they generally have some evidence, but that's a false one. But it is appearing real to them. So right now, fear. I mean, this is like obviously not my own, but fear. People have said many things. I even talk about fear versus far. If only see fear. I did a Hindi 1 minute video the other day. डर के बारे में 2 लफ्ज అని చెప్పి నేను 1 minute videos చేస్తున్నాను. So one of the things that I have taken challenge for myself is every day I will do at least one video nugget. Video nugget 1 is very important for me right now because I can write very easily. I can write tons and tons of pages, and anyway, I don't know how many people read it or not read it. Okay, so I will do myself 1 minute video by saying that I have a fear of speaking, but still I'll face the fear anyway. Okay.
So putting ourselves into the challenging situation is that what makes difference. That's what you are trying to convey, sir.
In a gradual way. Don't see, don't kill yourself. So don't
Yeah.
first day itself, go into the 1 million people and say, no, I want to speak. Okay. do it with
Yes,
two
sir.
people if speaking is important to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
If articulating is important to you, just talk in your WhatsApp and listen back.
Yeah.
Mm.
If speaking, see, I'm doing for the last 10 days at least video nuggets. I don't know how many people are looking at them. At least I am looking at them.
Jagan sir, just in this context, I would like to add one point.
Okay.
Very rightfully, thankfully, you mentioned to talk about in WhatsApp and listen back. In fact, in my earlier days, in the year 1986, when I joined in my pharma profession, actually, all our top people, they used to suggest, just stand before the mirror, talk about yourself, then talk about how you will be talking to a doctor. So you will know how you are presenting yourself. That was the way we used to follow that in the year 86 when this net and all was. Thankfully, you made it is a WhatsApp is the right solution.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for sharing that. You come from a sales and marketing background. See, first and foremost, sales, many times people don't have good appreciation for sales. Sales will teach you the street, out on the street, what happens,
That's
how you
absolutely
interact. So many times,
Yeah, that's true.
many times people don't have a good appreciation for sales. Sir, I have
But
less
for
than-
both, sir, actually. Yeah, for both sales and marketing, I think that's one of the greatest skill out there, actually.
Actually, less than 1 minute, we are going to bump out. But I am so thankful to each and every one of you. Kiran garu, మీ నుంచి నేను ఎక్కువ పాయింట్స్ తీసుకోలేకపోయాను ఇవాళ. Next week you will give me opportunity, right?
Yes, sir. I am